Hey, hello and welcome to today's video. Today here we've got my fully charged Kugoo M4 Pro that I've been using regularly for 10 months now. As you can see, the battery is at full capacity and the voltage is 54.24, and that indicates that it's pretty much full. So yeah, as you can see, I've done some modifications to it. I've added this little basket here in the front, and I've got plenty of locks and alarm systems, all that will be linked in the description. So let's go. And yeah, by the way, we're here in beautiful Riga, as you can say. The weather is extraordinarily good. 30 degrees, sunny, yeah. This is gonna be a nice little trip. Now, this has got to be my favorite scooter that you can buy within the range of like $500 to $700, because I've had the Xiaomi M365 Pro, but the range on that just wasn't really good. It took me about like 20 kilometers. But on this one, I've been pretty much getting 27, 30 kilometers, maybe more, depending on what weather it is and all of that. Because if it's colder, like maybe 10, 8 degrees, then the battery will obviously last for a shorter amount of time, and yeah, you will get a lower range basically. So, oh, this weather is super nice. I don't even need a jacket. So, and oh, let's just go over the road here. And as always, when you're on a pedestrian road, just drive slowly. It's better to respect pedestrians and drive too slow than too fast. Yeah, you got a lot of power here, but I mean, there's places to use the power and places not to. So, just going at the modest 6 kilometers per hour here. So the voltage is already showing 53.8, and we've only like, what, ridden half a kilometer or so. Okay, nice, let's go. Oh. Yeah, and there's 3 gears, so while you're riding slowly you can change to the first gear, and then when you just hold the throttle all the way in, it will pretty much only go in like 6 kilometers per hour. Now let's see. Wait a bit here. Entschuldigung. So here we've got the freedom statue. Briva Statua or something, that would be. Okay, let's just keep going. Now I'm going a bit slower here and there, and my guess is that that will increase the range a bit, like by going slow here in the park, for example. Oh. What? Oh. So, got some boats here. Nice flowers, all colorful and blooming. Now here you can see how well the scooter actually performs uphill. See? It's not really struggling at all. I reckon the Xiaomi would struggle there, because this scooter has a lot more watts and yeah, power in its engine. Let's get out here on the bike path. Look both ways. Nice. People at the beach enjoying the summer. Yeah, everyone's walking in the bike lane. I guess what's more effective is when you color the bike lane in a different color than the rest of the pavement. That seems to be more effective. Oh yeah, it rides really well on grass and dirt too. Almost like a roller coaster riding on a speed bump with this thing. Now we've got cruise control enabled. Be careful with cruise control. You turn it off by just tapping the throttle or starting braking. So we need to be going to the left here. Let's turn on the blinkers. So with this blinker you need to turn on both because they are separate. This one is the one I've added in the front, and this one is the built-in one in the back. In the back here. Yeah. Maybe you could say it. Okay, let's go. Whew. And I must say the seat on this thing is very comfortable. Like riding like this for 30 minutes, an hour, no big deal. You know, these ride scooters that I've got here are pretty similar to this in that you've got a seat and you've got this like baggage thing on the back. It looks pretty cool. But I guess the problem is that you can't really fold it. So how are you supposed to like, yeah, store it? You would probably need a garage or something. Now we're right by the Latvian National Library, the Nationala Biblioteca, I think it is. Okay. Let's be careful here. Okay. Slow down. Okay. We need to find out where we can cross this road, and that would be here. So as you see, nice big library there. Pretty cool building. But whoa, this is some weird material here, but it works. And as long as it works, if it works, it ain't. No. Now, this is the reason you drive slowly, so that you just don't go whoop. Oh, duh. So what I really love is the clearance. Like my Xiaomi M365 Pro would clearly have scraped its bottom around the rail here, but the Kugoo didn't, because it had such a high clearance. Now your question is probably, riding on shaky, no, not shaky, rough roads like this, I hear that the Kugoo has some stem problems. Well, yes it does. So that's sort of a drawback if you go for a scooter like this instead of a Xiaomi or something else. It's a bit higher maintenance, I would say, because despite its suspension, the stem just tends to become shaky after a while. So for the price, you're getting a lot. A seat, decent suspension. Well, I do admit it's not it is decent. And there's even suspension in the seat itself, not just back tire, but also to the seat itself, which I really like. But other than that, it's really fun to ride this thing, especially on smooth asphalt. Not as fun on rough asphalt or dirt, gravel, or cobblestone, but on smooth asphalt, it's a really nice experience. Now we're in second gear, and the voltage is 49.5, just for future reference. Just be careful. Yield to whoever needs to be yielded to. Quite a breeze up the hill here. Let's just slow down and be a bit careful. Okay, so all in all, we've driven 14 kilometers, 50 minutes. We should be able to go at least twice as far as this. Of city center, that is. Careful here. And the mechanical brakes on this thing are really good. It's great that you have both front and rear brakes, because I can honestly tell you that with the Xiaomi, for example, where you only got a rear brake, and if you then have to like stop abruptly, well, the electronic brake helps, but still, it's more, the braking distance is a lot shorter when you have both front and rear brakes. But there's no electronic braking on this one. So no regenerative braking either, which sort of is a bummer, but I don't really mind. It's not that much distance, which would have been added with regenerative braking anyway. What I like about Riga is the bike lanes they've made, like, props to them. I need to skip a rock or two. I do admit that my butt does hurt a little after riding 1 hour non-stop. Wait, wrong side. We use the front brake to get down here. Now, let's just get our phone. And let's lock it up. Have all the flat stones been skipped already? We'll just Unlock the bike again. Bike. Scooter, whatever you want to call it. Let's turn on first gear, and the voltage is 47.2 for future reference. And what's nice is that to go uphill like this, let's just keep going uphill here. Kind of want a McFlurry. You know what would be fun? Doing a drive-in with this. McFlurry är Oreo Lotso. McFlurry look? Oh, hold this. Let's be careful not to spill this. Oh my god. Later, where are we at? 23 kilometers. You want to make sure to always have enough pressure in your tires, not only because you don't want to risk getting a flat, you don't want to lose grip. You want to keep the pressure high enough so that the scooter has enough traction for you to not fall over in those tight turns or whatever. Or when you go like this. Well, okay, here we go. Oh, no. Let's see, this is gonna be good. And yep. Right there in front of me we got the TV tower. Let's get back on the road. Great after a cup of Oreo. Now what do you say? Let's just keep taking the bike lane up here. What is worth mentioning is that we have been going we have been going a little up and down, but not as much as I know the terrain goes up and down in other countries, so this may affect the range, may give us more range. And also from experience, the faster you go, the faster the battery gets depleted, so you can get further if you ride at 20 kilometers per hour, let's say, than at 25 kilometers per hour. 10 volts less, and I can already feel that the torque I'm getting is a bit lower. Acceleration is a bit slower, and the top speed is a bit lower. Yeah, so right now at 41.3 volts or 42.8 volts. And remember, the max speed in third gear seems to be about 20 kilometers per hour. So slow, but it can get you where you need to be. So let's leave it at that, shall we? 1 hour and 40 minutes later, with a couple of stops along the way. Max range 30 kilometers, with an average speed of, let's say, 20, 23, something like that. Pretty good if you ask me. Much better than what I've been able to do on my E12 booster S2 Plus and Xiaomi M365 Pro. So I'd say in that price range I've not seen anything better than the Kugoo M4 Pro. Thank you for watching. Okay, so now I'll just show you really quickly how I tighten the stem, and we'll also try using some Loctite, some thread locker. It's Loctite Blue. I'll try and link to it in the description. You can support me by using my affiliate links. And what else do you need? This bar I've got here is circa 40 centimeters long, but if we add this, it's more like 47. So take this off and make sure that the cables don't have any stretch on them. Open this, of course, because this is what you use to put the steering wheel up and down, and it's also what stops the steering wheel from going side to side. Now there's some screws here. What you want to do now is be careful with the wheel here. Be careful with your floor, but also with the... Okay. And the screws here, holding the stem inside the steering column. You can screw open using the same tool as you used to open the smaller screws on the steering wheel here. Okay. When the last screw is out, you can lift this out, and what you will see is that you have to be careful with the cord here. And now you can extend the bar here and move it a bit to the side so that you can get it out. Just remember which way you put it back in. Now if we look inside here, you can see what's on the bottom. That's our screw. That's the screw you want to get Loctite on so that it sits why doesn't it focus? Come on, focus. Use my nose to focus. Use the right size. What you want to do now is use the right size to get it up, and as I said, you should be using a longer one. Now you want to do this sideways especially if you have an instrument like mine that does not sit well. But I mean, if you have something like I do, just as a precaution, use some paper and, well, yeah, don't make it double, just one sheet of paper that's 8 millimeters. Yeah, that's the one that fits.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, so here we got it. I've actually never taken it out, so it's quite interesting to see what is actually holding the stem. It's yeah. Oh, it's oily, so be careful with that. Oh, a sec. Okay. So yeah, we got one smaller disc here and one bigger disc on top, and then the screw. So we got some discs, that's good. And is that if we put thread locker on, and the way you put this on is you just put it on the top, and then when you screw it back in, it goes around all by itself and lubricates the whole screw. Supposedly this also has anti-rust properties, so we'll see how that goes. See how it goes. Now we want to be careful and keep the thread locker facing upwards, and hopefully we'll be able to hit. Okay, it's way in there. I can feel that it's tight. Okay, let's just see if we can get